Hello, hello. I'm a little early. I didn't want to sit around forever, so I just decided to try it, see if it works, and it works. First time. Okay, so if you're new, this is a 2 hour live stream. The first hour is all chat. The second hour is when I start napping. So if you want to see Flintnapping, come back in an hour. All righty. Let's see if I can get myself situated here. I got the camera angle low because when I switch to Flintnapping, it gives you a different perspective that is easier to see the angles. Ken is here. Hey, here's to a great Monday stream. Yes, yes. How was the weekend? Busy. I did everything at the last minute. Yeah, which means it wasn't that great. Although the weather was fine. Yeah. And the weather is getting cooler, which is really, really good. Yeah. So I decided to spend time outside, but not spend time napping. I did do some stuff around the house, though. hmm So yeah, fall is my favorite season. I can't wait for it to be here, but then it's over in a month. So yeah, it's either too warm or too cold in the fall. I like it right in the middle of being like 50s and 60s during the day, but either it's like 70 or 40. Yeah. Okay. But you can't have everything. At least there's a nice winter here, a real winter where everything freezes over. You can walk out on the lakes and the rivers, some of the rivers, and experience some deep snow instead of just a little bit at a time. We did have snow in Texas where I used to live. Once in a while, every couple of years, there'd be a little bit, but not anything that would stay for a week or more. Bren is here. Howdy, howdy. So yeah, if you are new, uh, I do these 3 times a week, and this is when I am going to do most of my chatting or smack talking or yap, whatever you want to call it. All right, so I'm going to be doing videos in my older style where it's either instructional or no talk. And I've got some videos I need to post tonight. They're going to be no talk videos. Finishing out that little blade I have in the auction, that Georgia Jasper blade. And I'm now wearing my sunglasses during these live streams because you can see already that the light is irritating my eyes. And I can turn these off, but I still have eye strain and eye irritation for some reason. Let me turn on some other lights here. Hold on. I've got some lights behind a diffuser over here. I forgot to turn these on. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a professional studio. I'm working on it. Everything's low tech for now. Ken says, question, I'm going to be buying some local jasper. We have some beautiful types here. If I wanted to get into heat treating, is a Dutch oven the best way to do it? I've never heard heat treating in a Dutch oven. The best way to do it, I think, is in the kitchen oven in your house, unless you have chert that smells bad or has weird smells. Otherwise, you get a turkey roaster and you insulate the lid and install a temperature gauge in the turkey roaster. I have a video on all that. I've never heard of heat treating in a Dutch oven. Ken says, hey, Brennan. Okay. Or a slow cooker. No, you can't cook it in a slow cooker either. They don't get hot enough. has to be a turkey roaster. Or sometimes I've heard a couple of guys using air fryers. That might work. Or your regular kitchen oven, electric or gas. Doesn't matter as long as it gets up to 400 degrees or 450. And if the only place you can get 450 is down in the broiler area of your oven, you got problems because that might heat up the stone too fast. I remember back in the old house that we used to live in when I was a kid, the oven only could go up to high temperatures in the very bottom of the oven. I don't know. Some people still might have old ovens and stuff. Don't put it in the microwave. Ken says, okay, I thought it was a slow cooker I had seen you using. I was going to ask if my kitchen oven works. Yep, kitchen oven works perfectly good. Perfectly fine. Alrighty, so let's see. Probably just go with the oven method, yeah, until you get a turkey roaster. Good idea. Jeremiah is here. Are you still planning on doing voiceovers of the no talks? Yeah, I'm still planning on doing that. But I'm not going to go backwards and retrofit all the no talks. Okay, I'm only going to voice over some of the no talks if I feel that they are instructional or I can narrate them in a way that is good for instructions. But I will do in the future, if it happens, I will do it for future videos. I will not I will not go back too far. I may go back one series and at a time. It's hard to explain, but like the ones I've already posted as no talks, they're going to stay no talks. Now, I'm going to post more no talks tonight or tomorrow. I might narrate some of those. If I don't narrate or voiceover on those within a few days, I'm not going to do it. If it doesn't pop up a few days later, I'm not going to be doing the voiceovers on those. Why am I going to do it that way? Because it takes me all day to do videos where I talk and nap. Okay? I got to plan a whole day for that stuff. And it takes too much of my time. Why does it take all day? Because if I mess up my talking, I delete the videos. Yeah. And I do mess up my talking in some of the videos, but if it's not too bad, I keep it. Now, if I do voiceovers, it's easier for me to narrate because I'm not napping, and I'll probably make less mistakes. I've encountered less mistakes with the voiceovers in the past, so there. But it's all going to be random. I can't plan on, okay, I'm going to do videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at such and such time, and they're going to be such and such format. I can't be doing it that way and still retain my sanity, because that I have to make that my entire priority for the whole week, the whole day. No one can bug me. No one. I'm not going to respond to emails until much later. And if I start responding to emails early, I'll end up making the uploads late. That kind of thing. Yeah. It just takes me all day. I don't want to be spending all day. Like many YouTube creators, they spend all day, 12 hours a day on the computer and on YouTube in order to make maybe a couple $1,000s a month. I don't want to be that way. And if they want to make thousands of dollars a week, they're on YouTube 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. if they want to make thousands of dollars every week. It becomes the only thing they do in life. I don't want to be like that. I've got other things I want to do as well. I don't want to stick with just one channel because I'm getting burnt out on the Jack Crafty stuff. I want to branch out into new stuff. Am I still live? There's nobody else is joining us yet? Well, it's still early. Okay, never mind. Let me check the auction then, if there's not going to be anybody. All righty, where is it? Auction time. There it is. Okay, let's see. We got some responses. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we got lots of bids on the Mexican Imperial Jasper already. But not everyone sees all the bids. I can tell already. Right? Oh, maybe they do. Well, let's see. Anyways, just keep refreshing the comment section so you'll be able to see all the bids. Sometimes YouTube is glitchy and you can't always see everybody's comments or their bids. Comments, bids, same thing. Your bids are your comments and your comments are your bids. Yes, already got some good responses and good bids and good comments. Same thing. The reason why I say that is because somebody was confused at one time and really was having a hard time with the auction because they didn't see a comment button. They only saw a reply button. And they didn't know a bid was the same thing as a comment, the same thing as a reply. So they didn't know what to push. So they just put comments somewhere else. Wherever they could hit the reply button on their phone, they would start saying stuff there. They were having a really hard time just because they couldn't find the comment button that I kept saying it was a comment button, and they didn't see no comment buttons, only the reply button. So the reply is the button you push for your bid, and your bid is your comment and is your reply. It's all the same. Whenever I say all those things, it's the same thing. Alrighty? Some people are more autistic than I am. Yeah. I understand it. I get it. All right, what do we got? So much better. Well, let's see. Anything else coming in? I think I missed some things. No. I noticed some people jumped in, but they didn't comment. All righty. So what am I going to nap today? That's the big question, right? What are you napping? I'm gonna be napping some slabs. Slabs. How thick are they? I don't know yet. Oh, I got my tape measure. I can measure this. Let me know if the microphone's working. Because sometimes I'll record the whole live stream with the computer's microphone, and the computer's microphone stinks. How thick is this? I can see the tape measure without my glasses, but my eyes start hurting after a little bit. It's almost 3/8. Well, I guess it is 3/8. The slab is 3/8 inch thick. Or if you go by millimeters, it's going to be 9 millimeter. And these are from David Brown. If you want information on how to get these, this is almost 10 millimeter. 3/8, a little over 3/8. So if you want to know where to get these slabs, these are heat treated Alabama coastal plains. Alabama. See, he wrote ACP, Alabama coastal plains, 650 degrees Fahrenheit heat treat, I can't do these myself. It's way too hot for my equipment. Same with this. These are both Alabama Coastal Plains chert, but it reminds me more of like a Burlington chert than a Coastal Plains like what we get from Jeff Head as an example. So if you want information on how to get these, this one, the price on that one was $7 and the price on that's $8. So it's not cheap, but it's interesting stuff. Amazing and interesting. Jim Main is here. Hi, all. The mic is working. Good, good. Marcelo is here. Hello. Mike Mason is here. Jim Main says hi to everybody. Yeah. Also, I'd like to have one super chat before I start napping in the second hour. Just so you know. Ed Gould is here. If I don't get the super chat, I get really sad while I'm napping. Do I ever get sad napping? Some people love napping to such an extent that it makes them happy. I don't know. Napping is interesting, but it doesn't make me happy. Using some of the items makes me happy sometimes. Alan Cole is here. No live notification. But you already know what the times are. What's funny is, I think what's funny is I announce the times. I have a schedule for my live streams. And you know when it's going to come on. But you still need a notification. It's funny to me. And not just you, Alan. I'm not picking on you. You just reminded me of that. And when I have a post on my regular videos, for some reason, no one complains that, I didn't get notified. I don't know why that is. The stuff I announce ahead of time it's going to be there at a certain time. They complain they don't get notification. And the stuff is just randomly uploaded. I never get a comment. I didn't get notified. I don't get these comments. It's the opposite. Jim Main says I did not get a notification either. Well, you know what time is going to be on. You know what time I'm going to be here on these days. Unless I tell you I'm not going to be. Kiefer's is here. Almost forgot, but I'm here. Alan Cole says YouTube offers the notification. Yeah, it offers it because YouTubers upload at random times sometimes. And that's why you need a notification, because you don't know when they're going to post. You're not going to be able to plan on it and set your own alarm. You have a calendar. Your phone offers a calendar or a clock that allows you to set alarms, and you can set the alarms preset to my live streams so that you'll get a dee when it's on the phone, separate from YouTube. Right? You don't need to depend on YouTube when I tell you when I'm going to be on. YouTube notifications are there so that you can tune in to the random stuff. Ed Gould says, I got into some heat treat buffalo today. I think I've found a winner. Tommy Taylor says, hello, I didn't get notification either, so I checked and you was on. Alan Cole says, see ya, have a great day. You leaving already? It's a statement, Patrick. It's not a complaint. It's not a complaint. I know. Mike Mason says, y'all make me sound dedicated. Tommy Taylor says, in fact, I went to YouTube to look for the auction. I didn't get notification. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube doesn't always give notifications. I hardly get notifications myself with certain channels. Yeah. Alrighty, so we got 17. It's now 6:03. So whatever you guys want to talk about, or ask questions or whatever. Oh, I forgot to check the auction. Let me see. Oh, you know I did already. Yeah, I put likes on all the comments or your bids, so you know that I see your comments or your bids. If you don't see a like on your comment or your bid, then I didn't see it. But give me a few minutes or an hour because sometimes I'm not checking constantly. Yeah. Sorry, there's not that many items this week. I was breaking a lot of stuff this week. Buckskin NYB, Marty's here. Hello. Mike says some channels I watch on YouTube will only give 3 notifications per day, but that doesn't apply to this channel. Keith Kiefers says that Jasper one in the auction you had 3 videos on, Pat? Yeah, that's the one. The three no talk videos just prior to the auction, those are the videos that pertain to that Jasper blade, or I call it a blade, right? In the auction. Yeah, raw Georgia Jasper leaf shaped blade. I did that one on video, but I finished it out on videos that you haven't seen yet. I will be posting the finish out videos later on. Yeah. See, I got them I got it uploaded already. I've got 4 in a series. 1, 2, 3, 4 on finishing out that blade. The ones, the no talks before were the start, the first phase. The next set on the same item is right here, but I'll be putting in a consistent thumbnail. I haven't made these public yet, and I'll label them part 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be doing some instructional videos with voiceover soon. DC, let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name there, so I'm just going to say DCI. Hey man, first time I was able to catch your live stuff. Awesome. Don Reed or Garrett, right? Garrett. I can't remember if it's Jared or Garrett. I'm back. Did I miss the door prize? Yeah, you missed the door prize. It was an air sandwich. See, Dawn is not Dawn. It's either Jared or Garrett. I can't remember. Gary. Okay, Gary. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that for us senile people. Greg Evans is here. Why no chat? Do you need to concentrate? Yeah, it's Flintknapping. Besides, I can do it faster. As far as the napping itself, but also I don't have to be thinking about what I just said on video, because when I record a video with voice, I'm thinking about that for like an hour or two after I upload the videos, and I'm checking to see if I messed up. But if I don't voice it, I don't worry about it. I just film it and post it. No worries. And I can concentrate better. Jim Main is here. Nice auction tonight. That Mexican green Jasper is pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, that's probably the most awesome material that I've napped so far, if you take into account all the qualities. Nappability, color, texture, everything together, it's a 10. Now, if you take away the color, if it was like gray or something like that, it'd be a 9. So in order to get a 10, you got to have a fancy color or nice appearance. Yeah. So that one gets a 10. And some of the heat treats get a 10 also. Now, I don't know about this. I got some Alabama Coastal Plains Jasper heat treats. Some of this color, like on this one, might bring it up to a 10 if it's not cracked. See, this one's got weird stuff in it. If it's not cracked and full of imperfections, this might rise up to a 10. This kind of stuff, the heat treats, the fancy ones, especially like Brazilian agate. I'm always uh, mentioning that one as an example. I like knapping Brazilian agate, but it requires a lot of heat, and it's also kind of snap and halfish. All right, let's see. Danny Moore is here. Hey, hey. Jesse is here. Hey, nappies. DCI, you pronounced it right. Okay, cool. Let's see. Everyone says hi to everybody else. Patrick Trousdale is here. Hello, hello. Where's Bushy at? I don't know. He didn't get notification and he forgot to set his alarm. Or he forgot it's Monday. I doubt if he forgot it's Monday. Let's see. Jesse says, you are going to start filming no chat, you said, right? Then just commentary over them? Yeah, I will do commentary over them if I feel up to it. That's the catch. I'm not always going to put voiceover on those no talk videos. I'm not always going to do it. Just when I think it's a good opportunity for instructional videos, I'm going to be doing most of my yapping and goofing around on the live streams. Right? It's because it's easier for me. I'm trying to do these things easier so that I don't get completely burnt out on the channel. I'm going to be doing other things. I need to be practicing my archery because I'm going to go hunting in October. I need to set up my target. I need to get my arrows made. I need to do other stuff. I need to do my back orders. I need to do future projects. Once I get those back orders and stuff I've already promised done, I've got future stuff. I need to make a keeper case for myself. I need to work around the house. There's a lot of remodeling that needs to be done in my dad's house. First off, I got to replace the water heater, as an example. I got to redo some of the plumbing, especially in the bathroom. I got to move the sink in the bathroom because it was placed in a bad spot. So I got to remove the piping in the sink. Right now, I took it out. So I just got one sink. It's in the kitchen. I got to paint the whole house on the outside, exterior paint. And then I got to paint the entire inside because it's all primer. The inside of the house is nothing but white primer. It's got nice cabinets and stuff. And then I got to tear out the floor and replace the floor because it's got this cheap bamboo stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, and that's not including the stuff I need to do to repairs and updates to my van. But you don't want to hear about all that stuff. Life goes on. Life is more than just a YouTube channel. Charles Rooker says hello. Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you. Let's see. Who else did I miss? Mike Mason says, I imagine the green jasper is going to be the high bid. Yeah, that's apparently, but you never know. That box of broken bifaces might fetch a good price because there's a really nice piece of Danish flint in there. Sometimes a box of broken bifaces surprises me. And there's a couple pieces of Knife River in there. So it might go higher than the Jasper Point because the Jasper Point is not that big. It's not, yeah, it's the Mexican green Imperial Jasper. It might not go for that much. How are the skunks? They're doing actually pretty well. I'm not feeding them as much, so the only ones that come around are Jumpy's kids. I think they're Jumpy's little babies. She had 6 of them, and 3 of them still come around. But she doesn't come around anymore, as far as I can tell. And I don't know what happened to Muddy. That one doesn't come around anymore either. But Mangy Tail comes around a lot. And his tail is fully furred now, and he's fat. He's a big male skunk. He's always here. And he's very good at nitpicking the little crumbs that everyone else leaves behind, and he'll eat up all the spare cat food. And now they're munching on the sunflower seeds I'm putting out. I've never seen a skunk so fat. But the little ones, they come up to me now. If I start talking to them, they'll start coming up because they think I'm going to throw them a piece of granola bar. I wonder where they got that idea. So yeah, I save little pieces of granola bar and throw it out for the little ones, so they can get fat quick because they need it. Winter's coming soon. Mike Mason says I did like the voiceovers. Yeah. A lot of people do like the voiceovers. I am going to do those. Robert Lai. In Sweden, it's midnight. Hard to keep awake, but it's worth it. I love everything that you post. You have helped me a lot. If it weren't for you, I would be making almonds still. Awesome. Thanks, Robert. That makes it worthwhile. When I know these videos are useful, it makes it worthwhile. Ed says, used to find partial points made of some light green opal or something. I'd like to find the source. Yeah. Some of those, light green, yeah, it's difficult to find light green material. Hello, Sweden. Yes. Robert is from Sweden. It's like midnight over there right now. Was the moon large for you too? Because last night the moon was very bright for us here. Charles says, good evening from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Greg says, yap away. It's more entertaining. Ed Gould, $2 super chat. Thank you. Jim Cooper's here. Oh, I forgot to. I need to show you the rock I'm going to send you. Let's see. Zoom calls. Yeah, I'm not going to do any Zoom calls, Mike. No. Tommy says Ralph must have blocked all of us from the auction notifications. No, that'd be a trick. I've done Zoom calls before. I'm not going to do Zoom calls. Yeah, I'm just going to stick to the live streams. Jim says, Patrick, I noticed you using one of the abraders I sent you. They're working out okay for you? Yeah, they work out okay because the big brown abraders, they work pretty good, but they crumble really easily. So I'm saving them for the obsidian because the obsidian is not as harsh on those abraders. Right now, I'm napping mainly flint and chert. Jeremy says, oh, yeah, water heater replacement is pretty simple. If he can nap, he can change the water heater. Yeah, I'm debating whether or not to put a tank water heater or a tankless water heater. The tankless water heaters or I guess it's the instant, what do they call it? On-demand water heaters are lower in price. That's one of the few things that have gone down in price than I saw last time. I looked for those tankless water heaters, and I think I might install one of those. Tommy Taylor, $5 for home repair. Thank you. No moon in the UK. The clouds and heavy rain. Dang it. The hardest part about replacing the water heater is draining it. Yeah, I can get an inexpensive little sump pump and drain it with that. Yeah, luckily the sump pumps don't cost that much. The cheaper ones. If I'm only going to use it a couple times. Yeah, I do have a drain in the basement, but that always gets full. Supposedly it goes down under into some gravel, but whenever it rains, that drain is always full. So I'm not going to depend on that little basement drain. Ed Gould says, but I haven't seen any schedule. Ed Gould, you have not seen a schedule for the live streams? Holy moly. Um, where can I post it? I'll post it in the community. Ed, do you get community notifications when I post something in the community? Maybe you can't see that either. Let's see. I don't know where to post it. Unless I guess stick a sign up here and leave it there for every live stream. Mike Mason says my hard part on water heater replacement was getting all the right stuff together. The hard part on me, for me, the last time I installed one was the drain itself. In that case, I had to meet code, and the drain had to go to the outside. So just plumbing the drain to the outside of the building was a pain. But that was the hardest part. Everything else is by instructions. You just follow the instructions, and yeah, you have to get some certain tools, but they're just basic tools, just basic wrenches and the pipe fitting type stuff. One thing I have not installed is a gas water heater, although I know how to install one because I watched them install mine when they replaced mine. Let's see. Ed Gould says Jake has been doing a lot of live naps now. Really? I haven't seen his live naps. Ed Gould, I don't know. You haven't seen any schedule. You sure you haven't seen any schedule for the live streams? Mike says, do you have a water softener system, Patrick? No, I don't. Hold on. Let me. I got a call here. Let me see if I can call her back on this phone. Hold on a second. My daughter called me. This happened on one of my other Monday. Oh, that's her old number. Okay, never mind. What's her new number? Dang it. Let me see. Hold on. I got it somewhere. No, that's the old one still. I don't know. It's weird. I texted her from this phone, but when I try to call her, no, I guess I don't. I didn't text her to her new number. Oh no. We'll see. Anyways, I don't want to shut down the live stream. Let's see. I don't have a water softener system. We don't need one here. I recommend one if you go tankless. The heating element tends to scale heavily. I see. Jim Cooper says, I can tell you those abraders are very hard on the obsidian, but less pressure for a little longer when abrading can mitigate that somewhat. All right. Wow, I missed a bunch of chat. Ed Gould says Monday 6 to 8 Eastern, Wednesday 2 to 4, Friday 8 to 10. Yeah, that's it. So Ed, you've seen the schedule. Okay, so Marty, Buckskin NYB, 1999 super chat. Comment is cold showers suck. Yeah, they do, except in very hot weather. Thank you. 1999 super chat. That's awesome. I'm going to install a electric water heater. And the water here is not bad as far as minerals and stuff. It's pretty non-mineralized. But yeah, I guess I have to worry about the heating elements getting clogged up. Have you tried your shirt on from Letchworth? Says Gary. No. Oh yeah, I did try it on, but I'll show you anyways. I got it over here in my closet. Stone Tool Craftsman Artisan Show, Letchworth, 35th anniversary. I did try it on. It fits perfect. Okay, so uh okay, for Jake's live streams, when does he have his live streams? Mike says, I wonder if Harbor Freight still sells pumps you put on a cordless drill. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Mike Mason says, mine was electric that I had, and technically it was a mine. It was a mini tank or a mine tank. Let's see. Oh, you don't have a schedule for Jake's live streams, I guess, Ed said. Robert says, would you be interested in the rock I collect? I have been brought by the Ice Age glacier. Oh, it has been brought by the Ice Age glaciers from south of Sweden, England, and Denmark, and Doggerland. Yeah, I'm about to purchase some flint from Denmark. So you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to wait another week or so before I can purchase any more. Let me see. Okay, so Jan, I'm gonna. So it's not Robert. I was wondering if you had sent me the email, but that was the different person sent me the email. That's going to send me some either a Danish flint or Baltic Sea flint, something like that. But I'm going to pay for shipping. Okay, so Ed Gould doesn't know Jake's schedule for live streams. Okay, I thought you meant mine. All right. Kiefer says electric tankless. Make sure your breakers are the correct ones in size, and the wire size is correct. On the spec sheet that comes with them, the gas is different, of course. Yeah. Yep. I will make sure. I've installed electric appliances and stuff. I rewired my house, my kitchen in my house in Texas. I rewired the whole kitchen, so that included we have double stacked ovens, so that had to be I had to install actually a sub panel so I can install the ovens and the proper electrical wiring and outlets for them. And then I installed a utility room electrical whatever, and that sub panel also supplies the utility room, and that includes the dryer connections. And stuff like that. I've done stuff like that. So yeah. Tommy Taylor says my hold on a second. I have I guess I have a dry throat. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can continue reading. Okay, let's see. Mike Mason says, I don't think Jake has a schedule yet. He just started saying he was going to get into them. I see. Let's see here. Looks like 350 work. Okay. Jesse says, Tufts, I really enjoyed seeing your new proto tool with the interchangeable head from indirect to pressure. It's very cool. That sounds cool. I just called Marty Bushy. Mike Mason. Danny Moore says, Marty, your box is supposed to be there today. There you go. Exchanging rocks. Let's see. Can I do this? I might be able to do this. Let's see. Hello. Hey. I'm on a video right now. Can you call me back? You can text me on my new number. Okay, bye. Let's see. Yeah, it went dark, but I'm going to try to get it back because there should be a button here. Okay. Let's see. For some reason, yeah, I paused the camera to accept the phone call. Now I don't know how to get the camera back. Let's see. I'm looking at different options here. No, that's not that. The phone. Maybe I can get it back on my phone by manipulating something on the phone. Yes, no. Oh, let's see. I might have to restart. No, okay, hold on a second. I don't want to disconnect my camera from the stream. Let's see what is this? That's not it. I'm going to probably have to restart the live stream because I cannot figure out how to get the camera reconnected. No, that's not it. Hold on. I might be able to figure this out. It would be easy if I could just click on some button, but there's no button that has the camera on it. Your mobile device camera is being used. To access your camera, close the app currently using your camera and try again. There's no app using my camera. Let's see. Okay, hold on a second. This might work. All right, that worked. I had to find the buttons on my phone, and it was a notification button. No, in order to turn the camera back on, I had to go to my phone, go to my notifications, and I had a notification that my camera was paused. So I pushed that, and it popped up a screen that had two other buttons. One of the buttons was resume video. So I hit that. So in order to get this back up, my computer had nothing to do with it. I had to go to my phone, hit the notification that my video was paused, and then once that screen came up, I hit the notification to resume the doodly doo. All right. So I said that over again, so hopefully I won't forget that for the next time. Could you hear my daughter speak? I'm curious if you could hear her on the call, because that would be interesting if someone could call me and we could all hear it. Let's see. So everyone can see, right? So no, Mike Mason says, I could hear a little bit, but I have an earbud in. Yeah, okay. So I was close to the phone, so you might have been able to hear through this microphone her a little bit. She wasn't legible. Okay. Not that she said anything that was private or anything. I just wondered if the audio was connected. The video is back. Yeah. So what I had to do is I had to look at my phone notifications, click on the notification that my camera was paused or whatever. Yeah. There's nothing here on the screen on the YouTube Studio live format. I can see the chat. It's on this side. I can see a lot of different buttons and settings, but nothing will resume the camera. I have to go to my phone and click the notification that my camera's not currently operating with the live stream. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to start napping here in about 30 minutes. Let's see. Keith Skeever said he didn't pay his electric bill and the lights went out. Yeah. I think everything would go out, including the voice. Yeah, Danny Moore says, hey, yeah, damn camera, phone camera. Yeah. I'm going to be getting another camera for these live streams and for videos where I'm talking to you. But that whole setup costs over $1,000. It costs over $1,200. So I got to save up for that. And it should take care of this weird lighting stuff that goes on with the phone camera. The phone camera is pretty bad at the lighting stuff. I've tried all kinds of lighting arrangements. On my off time, I'll sit here and I'll look because it'll give you a preview of how these live streams look. And my computer's camera and my phone camera both stink at this lighting stuff, outside or inside. They're not consistent and not reliable. Sometimes it gets blurry. Sometimes it isn't. There might be a setting for frames per second so it doesn't blur when I do fast movements. But I haven't found those settings yet. We'll see what happens. If I can do it with just my phone, I won't have to spend all that money. I'd rather put that money into my van. All righty. Ed Gould says, I've been using rocks on the buffalo. Okay. And so indirect with copper. I see. Okay, so if you have questions, if you're new, there's plenty of people on the live stream. If you have questions, ask now before I start Flintnapping. We had a bunch of people. We lost about 10 people in the last 10 minutes. I don't know where they went or who they were. Yeah, let's see. So let's see. What was I gonna? I was gonna talk about something else. Someone asked me a question in the email. I think I was going to talk about it. Let's see if I can get to my emails. Before I start napping, I want to answer something here. I thought. Okay. I don't have my clipboard. Okay. When I answer emails, I have some responses that I do automatically, but they're on my other clipboard, not on this one. Okay. What question was it? Okay, you might find this interesting to chat on the live streams. Okay, yeah. Earliest evidence of interpersonal violence. The quartz projectile killed a man 1,200 years ago in Vietnam. Yeah, he sent me a link to this. They put together a skeleton that's 12,000 years old. There's a skull. Here's the skeleton. Now, the evidence of being killed by a projectile point is in one of the rib bones, the upper rib bones. And the funny thing is, he has an extra upper rib bone that's only present in like 1% of the population. And it just so happened that I think it's that extra rib that has the injury. And it's from a projectile point that's still within the remains. Right? Or there's evidence of it. I think that's still in his remains, but it looks like it killed him, but not right away. That he died from an infection 12,000 years ago. That's relatively recent. So I guess we don't have evidence older than that of definite interpersonal violence with stone tools, which is interesting. I thought it went way back, much further than that, evidence for interpersonal violence, because I thought I saw an article on Neanderthals cutting human flesh from bones, but that just indicates that they were cutting human flesh away from bones with their stone tools. I don't know if that actually means that they were killed by stone tools. Let's see. Gary says, I missed the pig lamp. You miss it? Let me see. Where is it? Let's see. I think I might have it somewhere. Yeah. Let's see. Give me something to do before I start napping. Where did he go? He's going to get the pig lamp. Where do I put it? I don't know. Put it where these little critters are. On top of that. That's the only place I got. It's interfering with the on-air sign. I can't have that. Yeah, plug it in, doofus. All right. But then I lose my skunk and my possum. I got to get a table. Do I plug it in? Turn it on? Does it help? Yeah. Jim Cooper, $2 super chat. Is that rock you wanted to show me close at hand? No, it's in the basement. I put it in the basement. I mean, I could go get it. See, 644. Let's see. Yeah, is the basement open? Basement's closed. I could go get it. If someone says, yeah, go get it, we'll wait. I'll go get it. Robert says, to do that, I need a boat and a lot of walking. That's the way I collect my rock. Most of it is not good, but some is what you call high grade. You want some? Yeah, I want some. I would like some of that stone, and let me know exactly where it came from. I mean, you don't have to tell me the exact spot, but what country. Remind me with a note. That would be awesome. Thank you. Let's see. I don't know if you're talking to me. Let's see. For some reason, I can't seem to see Robert's previous comments. Yeah, for some reason. Okay. Let me see. Talking about solid copper boppers. What is going on here? If I miss your comment or question that you want me to respond to, you're gonna have to ask it again because I'm getting lost in the chat here. Let's see. The pig is back. Yeah. See? I think we named it Mr. Piggles or something like that. Mr. Piggles? Yeah. Brennan says even the high grade stuff is hard as nails. I think they're talking about the Laurel chert. Yeah, Mr. Piggles. There you go. John is here. Good evening. Don Reed says, now I feel normal now. Jim Cooper says, don't worry about it. There's no rush. I have to have a big gallon jug because if I don't drink enough water. If I just have a glass of water, I'll drink maybe half of it. In case you're wondering. Man. Let's see. Jesse says, I saw an arrow penetration test from like 10 years ago. Billy Berger, I think, was his name. The guy propped up a dead deer and the stone tipped arrows and went almost all the way through. Yeah. I saw that video. Yeah, it's Billy Berger who did that demonstration on a dead deer. And I think he's done more than one of those videos. And one of the surprising findings was he had hafted a shark tooth, a real shark tooth, onto an arrow and shot at the deer also. And that worked very well, even though the shark tooth is actually dull. It's shaped in a perfect way to cut through hide or something. But yeah, the shark tooth actually worked. Mr. Pigglesworth is good luck. No broke points as long as he's watching. I wish. That would be something. I could sell that. Yeah. How much you want a break prevention lamp for? Sell it at the auction and watch it go for like a couple $100 at least. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Danny Moore says, "Go get it. We will wait." Okay. Let's see. Let me get caught up with the chat. The steel trade points went just a little bit further to the mid something where the stone went to the start of the fletch. It was cool to see. Okay, I get you. $5 from Keith Ricketts. Super chat. I bet the shark tooth is sharper than my marbles. Maybe so. I think the advantage of the shark tooth is the hardness and the smoothness. Brent says you need to add serrations to the marbles, Keith. K Money is in the house. What I could do, I can go grab that large stone. It's just gonna take me a while because no, I'll go get it. All right, I'll be back. It's gonna take me a few minutes. I can actually start napping that big nodule into spalls. Yeah, well, if you're gonna go down the basement to get a rock, you can grab us all something to drink from the fridge, right? Says Keith. Yeah, I wish. That'd be awesome. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'll be talking, and maybe not. I'll have the microphone working. I'll try to talk the whole way through, so at least there won't be dead air. Okay. So I am outside the house. That's the bad thing about access to this basement. I don't have an interior access. It's outside. Okay. Yeah, spiders. Oh, that's a cricket. But we got these big old tiger slugs, and we got spiders. All right, now what? Where did I put that? All right, I think this is it. This one? Where's the other one? This can't be it. I got two of them. Hold on. No, this is not it. Although I do need to spall this one too. I'll do this one later. You can't see, but I got another one I'm sending you. All right, here it is. Oopsie daisy. All right. Okay, close the basement door. Yeah, the bad thing about the exterior access also is that there's a storm or something. I got to go outside to get in the basement. Good thing we don't have no tornadoes here. All right. Okay, here we go. Back to the house. Oh, I got to put out skunk food before it gets dark. Yeah. All right. Here I go. It's a big old dinosaur egg. See it? See, it's got these weird inclusions. When I start napping, I'll knock off a couple spalls from that. Did you hear me the whole time or no? Let's see. So I'm going to try to cram this whole thing into one box. But I got to spall it so it'll fit. It's not that big. It looks bigger when I do this. but it's pretty heavy. Let's see. Holy crap, it's a monster chunk of Edwards. No, it's not Edwards because it's not in the Edwards Plateau. We don't get this from the Edwards Plateau. This is on the fringe. This is on the eastern fringe of the Edwards Plateau. Okay. I mean, I guess you could call it Edwards, but it doesn't look anything like Edwards that you normally see. It's not translucent. We call it Medina chert. My friend Dawn and I, we call it Medina chert. Loud and clear? You could hear me loud and clear? Well, dang it. So I got that plus one more, and we call that New Braunfels chert. New Braunfels, Texas. If that is within the Edwards Plateau, then that's Edwards Plateau chert. But I don't think New Braunfels is in the Edwards Plateau. Might be, I don't know. Is a piece that big normally good all the way through, says Jim Main? Normally, no. But it varies quite a bit. I'm trying to think here. Because I've broken up many of these Medina chert nodules. Some of them have large concrete inclusions, but around the concrete inclusion is good stuff, even if it's in the middle. But it should be heat treated because napping it raw can be tough. It's very crackly. The step fractures like you wouldn't believe in a raw state. If you heat treat it, I think it takes 400 degrees. It becomes very nice to nap. Okay? Now, we already knocked off some big chunks just to see if it had any issues. It doesn't look like it does, but I'm going to knock off some more chunks here. Do I have something to knock off the chunks? Actually, I don't. I'll just do it on a separate video. I need to use my hammers to get into that. Okay? And I have one similar size also that I'm also going to send to Jim, but I need to spoil that one. But that one's called New Braunfels chert. Okay. All right, let's see. Is it time to start napping? In 4 minutes. Keith, you can make a bowling ball out of it. Yeah. That'd be cool. Let's see. Mike says, for anyone interested, I'll be making a video update of my last tool I got, all the attachments complete. Cool. Tommy says, was that rock one of Keith's marbles? Yeah. Brendan says, Danny has been napping some Belton chert that looks similar. He said it was basically Fort Hood. Is that similar, Pat, or no clue? I've seen Fort Hood chert. This is a finer grained, but Fort Hood chert comes in varieties also, different varieties. It is similar to Fort Hood chert. Yeah. I'm trying to think here. See, I've got several different pieces of Fort Hood, and I from memory, I think they napped differently. So I can't say for sure if this is similar or not, because the stuff I got from Fort Hood was different from each other. But yeah, I guess you could say this is similar. Yeah, in general. Yep. But I guess I could say that for any type of chert. Brendan says, yeah, I know playing like game, the looks like game is about the silliest turd game ever. Yeah. Mike says, to pique anyone's curiosity, it will also transform into an Ishi stick. Let's see here. What am I napping tonight? I've got some uh, Alabama coastal plains, ACP. Uh, David Brown supplies this for me. He heats it at 650 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a slab. I got 2 slabs of ACP or Alabama coastal plains. It reminds me of a Burlington or a Keokuk type of consistency once it's heat treated. I know the Burlington and Keokuk are different from each other, but it's like Burlington and Keokuk had a baby. That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, Keokuk and Burlington had a baby. That's what that is. Keith says, I got a serious question, Pat, this time. Does bigger rocks need more cook time than others of the same material? You mean bigger chunks in the turkey roaster? Does it need longer cook times? Yes, in general, yeah. How much? An hour more for each inch of thickness? No, each half inch of thickness, add another hour. So if you start with a half inch and you heat treat it for 4 hours, if it's like 1 inch, just add an extra hour onto it. That's what I do. An extra hour for every half inch. And I don't usually heat anything thicker than 2 inches. I try to get them all down to flakes and spalls that are 1 inch thick or less. But sometimes time or the material influences how thick it is. If I don't have much time to spall these things and I know that the previous results were pretty good with thick pieces, I'll just put a thick piece in the turkey roaster and then ramp it up more slowly. But in general, bigger pieces require more time, yes. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start napping. Yes, it's time. So I put the lucky apron on. I'm going to see how many people we got watching. A lot of people are new. And the funny thing is, the new people, they see the channel through suggested reels or something like that. I forget what YouTube calls them. And I don't think my live streams are something that YouTube suggests. But I do have a lot of new guys in the live streams. So if you're new, I nap in this second hour, and I try to also make commentary and do some instructional stuff. It looks like my friend David already napped some of this to check it out, and it looks pretty good. But I'm going to lose a lot of this side here. I'm going to knock that off. It's about 3/8 inches thick, right? Is that what I said before? Yeah, 3/8 inch thick slabs. And that has to be a minimum of 3/8 for percussion. I'm only going to use this for a couple of strikes. This is the solid copper 1-inch diameter, 3 inches long, 11.6 ounces in weight. So I knock off that because I'm not going to be using that part. And it looks kind of nasty anyway. Yeah, and there was a defect right here and it cracked there, so I wasn't going to be able to use this anyway. All right, so I think the rest of it's usable. Now the price is on there, $7, so it doesn't come cheap, but it's an interesting material. If you want some cheaper material for beginners, buy heat treated Keokuk or something similar. Maybe Burlington, but sometimes the Burlington can get expensive. If you can get your hands on some high grade raw, that's also good for beginners. If you don't mind ruining a bunch of excellent stuff that everyone else drools over. Yeah. It's difficult for new guys to advance quickly if you're using hard material to knap or difficult material. Okay. All right. I can't see a thing. But more importantly, can you see? Is it working? Let's see. If I have trouble seeing, I'm going to use my lamp. So I don't have, it's not too bad right now. But once it starts getting smaller and thinner, I'm going to have to use my lamp, which is going to kind of make it difficult for you to see. See, this lamp right here, I need that for the difficult stuff. Right now, I can barely see what I'm doing, believe it or not, because I'm in the shadow. So what happens is typically I just get rid of the square edge first on these slabs. And they've got to be at least 3/8 inches thick for percussion work like this. Otherwise, the risk of snapping it in half is really high. You don't want to have the risk of snapping it in half. That's a bummer. So 3/8 inches thick is good. If you can slab it 1/2 inch thick, it's even better, in my opinion. And there's only a couple of guys that I know of that have done that before, that will offer 1/2 inch slabs because it eats up a lot of stone when you cut them into 1/2 inch slabs. You can get a lot more slabs out of it if it's 3/8 or even less. So you see I'm zigzagging it to get rid of the square edge. It might look easy, but you can snap it in half just by doing this. Okay, so it requires a little bit of experience just to knock off the square edge without snapping the whole thing in half. Okay, so just be aware. Be cautious when you're doing this because you can spend a bunch of money on slabs and then get home and start removing the square edge and then end up with nothing because it snaps. Okay. I don't run flakes across the flat in the beginning. I wait until later. I wait till I have no more square edge. I don't like to push or run flakes off of a square edge because it scoops it too much. And the same principle as as before works, to thin the ends down first before you start running flakes into the middle. You'll see as I progress with this, I still thin the ends down as much as I can before running flakes across the middle, because that helps to prevent snap in half. Yeah. Okay. There's a tough spot right here. And a lot of times you'll see when it changes coloration, it changes consistency. So it's kind of nasty. This darker stuff. I don't know what's up with that. That's not too bad. Maybe there was just a little inclusion or something in there that made it difficult to nap through. I don't know. Usually heat treatment will level everything out as far as consistency. Make everything very similar in nappability. But not always. Okay, so almost done with removing the square edge. I'm not zigzagging everything, as you can see, because I can remove the square edge just by hitting along the long axis. I don't know. That's where I like filming, mostly in the first person view, so you can see what I'm doing. The front view is fine for basic stuff. And for people that have angleometers in their head. Oh, so that's the angle. Yeah. If you see an angle, there's more than just an angle. There's many angles. Okay? It's not just one angle or the angle. Depends on the situation. But, you know, they'll go, okay, give me the explanation on the situation. Tell me everything I don't know. Yeah. That's why I made over 2,000 videos. So I don't have to tell you everything that you don't know. Just watch the videos. That's how long it will take for me to tell you everything you don't know. Thousands of videos. Yeah, but not all your videos are good. Some are trash. I agree. Some of them are very repetitive. Like I've done that 100 times before, literally. And I don't see any benefit. But then some people go, wow, I really needed that video, man. I really needed it. And I'm thinking, I've already made like more than 100 videos just like it. But you never know. I can't figure it out. This diameter is 5/16 inch diameter. Copper rod, 110 alloy, 110. Whatever that means. I don't know what it means. I just know that's what it is. Okay. So, what do I talk about? Do I look at the chat? I don't know. Should I? Look at the chat. Look at my workpiece. Talk smack. Talk some instructions. Do all that at the same time. Maybe. I can't do it at the same time. Not well. I can do it, but do it cruddily. How many viewers? 33. Where did they go? I guess they didn't want to see the napping. Or they thought the napping was lame. Oh, he's going to nap a slab. Dang it. I wanted to see a 9-inch ball and napped into 11-inch blade. That's what I want to see. Because that's entertainment. Yeah. I would want to see that too. Believe me. I want to see an 11-inch blade napped from a 9-inch ball. Dang it, that would be great. Yeah, I don't know. Some people have preconceived ideas of what they want to see on YouTube. And anything that falls short, they just click next. And I don't see it. I'm not going to watch it unless it's Imperial Jasper. Do they think that way? I don't know. Once they get exposed to the existence of Imperial Jasper, I bet you there's some people out there that says, I'm not going to watch anything else except Imperial Jasper. Yeah, because why would I want to watch anything else? Well, I don't know. This is just dumb old light-colored heat-treated shirt that costs a lot of money. Why would you want to watch that? I do have some Imperial Jasper left over, but it's risky if I nap it on video. So I might nap it on video, depending on if I feel rested enough. If I nap something before that and I'm thinking, oh, I'm feeling pretty good, maybe I should try risking the Imperial Jasper for the video. And not, if I risk it, it has to be minimal risk, so I won't snap it in half, as an example. Or blow out one of the edges. Like I almost blew out one of these edges. I'm trying to repair this little mistake. It's not a blowout or anything. I don't know. It's that weird little crack right there. Turn. Move. See that? It's a little crack of some sort. I'm trying to fix that. It's not a crack. It's just that it dived in somehow. Anyway, I don't want that kind of stuff to happen with the Imperial Jasper because I lose a lot of width with these mistakes. Just saying. I still got a lot of interesting stones I can nap sitting in my future napping box. I got a bunch of future nappings of different materials that are small that I keep in one box, and then I've got a bunch of gift boxes, challenge boxes that are by themselves that I need to nap material out of. So yeah, see, I tried to get the ends thinner than the middle. I'm still working on the ends, and I'll work my way toward the middle from both ends. I also try to get rid of fat spots. There's a fat spot on this side. Get rid of that and make it nice and convex as much as possible. There's going to be some flat in the middle, yeah. But the more convex I can make it, the better. See, some of these flakes are already traveling almost to the middle. I just pick at it slowly. With a slab, you're almost there pretty much with the final thickness. So you can't get all crazy and start hitting it like it's thick. Slabs are a different ball game than a spall. Unless you start with thin spalls. Then it's similar. Except for the square edge. This is nicely heat treated. You know. All right, let me take the glove off since it's getting in the way. So Gary Reed, did you watch me buy that Letchworth t-shirt? I want to make sure I get everybody's name straight. You were at Letchworth. Did you watch me buy that t-shirt at the, I think it was a gift shop or whatever it was. Okay, he got it. You got it for me. All right. Dang, I don't even remember that. So, okay, now I can put a face to the name in the chat. There you go. Yeah, you got it for me. $20. Dang it. Thank you. Now, I do remember that. And I did try it on when I got home. It fits well. Yep. Gary. So next time I see you at Letchworth, I can put all the chat history behind your name and your face. I got to stay longer next time. Yeah. When I went to Letchworth, I was there for only half a day. Yeah. Mainly, I just wanted to meet up with Bushy or Fertile Joe and buy some rocks. So that's where I got the Mexican Imperial Jasper. Yep. So one side is pretty much fully flaked. It didn't take too much because it's nice material. I can run long flakes. But the other side still has a lot of the original surface. But that'll go away soon as I make it more narrow. I'll be able to flake across the flat. Because this material is cooperating. Cooperative and cooperating. What's the size of this? Funny you should ask. I was thinking the same thing. 3 3/8 inches. Perfect size. Anything under 4 inches is perfect. Some guys are the opposite. Anything under 4 inches is a trash. It's all a matter of preference. There's no right or wrong size. I prefer working the smaller stuff. Less stressful, you know. I mean, it might not be like awesome points that are really big. I might not have a lot of awesome keeper case points when I start making my keeper case points. But I'm going to like them. They're going to be mostly small, but I'm going to like them. Yeah. I can't see what I do. Where am I? Okay, now I can see. But you can't. It washes it out totally. See, and hopefully, when I get the new camera, it'll make a difference. because the stupid camera phone is not that great for this kind of thing or for any kind of thing, except when I'm outdoors. If I'm using sunlight, it works better. I've known that with all cameras. Even when I started making videos, even my dorky little camera back then would do better with just sunlight. And I can actually see what I'm doing too. But this indoor studio stuff, especially in winter, is necessary. So I've got to figure out how to do this indoors. Yes, yes, yes. I got a feeling I just had to throw money at it. That's what hurts. To get a better setup as far as lighting and all that, just got to throw money at it and get the right equipment. I've been studying other people's videos. I can tell who spent $5,000 on their video setup now and who didn't. And the video setup includes the lighting, the microphone, and the furnishings in the rooms that they're in sometimes. You know, the backdrops, all that stuff. I suppose if it makes you a lot of money, you can justify the investment. But I've noticed that some YouTubers take them a year to save up $5,000. So they're in a kind of a catch-22. I need a lot of equipment to make good videos, but I can't make enough money to pay for the good equipment. So you gotta start out with money to begin with. Yeah, that's the bummer. Let's see. Okay. I could prioritize YouTube, but I'd tick a lot of people off. I wouldn't say a lot. I remember when I first started napping, some people in my family said, I'm obsessed with it. You just do it all the time. What's wrong? And then the guys on YouTube, why are you not posting a lot? My family, you're doing it too much. And the guys on YouTube, yeah, but you haven't posted much. What are you doing? Are you there? Hello? I don't know. Gary says, I need a lava lamp and I'll be all set. I suppose so. How much do lava lamps go for these days? See, I don't drink Starbucks coffees, so you can't say, just give up like 4 lattes, dude. I don't drink lattes. Not anymore. So I don't waste my money on that stuff. So I can't say, oh, how many lattes is a lava lamp these days? Okay, this is when it gets tricky. I'm thinning down the middle. And are the ends thin enough? Oh, there's a hole in it. It's holy. It's holy. And it's got weird consistency around it. So It's starting to form stacks around that little spot. And yeah, I need to get another set of files. No big deal. I need to go to Harbor Freight anyway. Yeah, that kind of cleared it up a little bit. Yeah, the flake shot up through there, but it was really weird. Anyway, I think I've got most of the original surface removed. Did you see how I did it? No? You didn't see? Well, dang. And then when you try to review live streams after they're over, you can't see them either. There was one person, I don't know who it was, that couldn't see the live streams after. Or was it just the chat? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm starting to thin this thing down. It's making me nervous. Yeah. Luckily, it is a heat treat, so it's not as painful to nap as it could be. It could be a real hassle, but it's actually cooperating nicely. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it'd be worth the money. I think it was $7 for that piece. And I got it thinned down pretty much to where I can make whatever I want. It probably needs to get thinner to be showy, but I don't need to get any thinner than that for utility. Okay, let's see if the flake scars show up with any type of angle, with some type of angle. I like a lot of bold flakes or big flakes, not too many little flakes. Except near the tip, I don't mind a lot of little flakes near the tip. But everywhere else, I like big bold flakes. Okay, so let's get into this one. This one's got an unfortunate spot, and that's why I picked it. See what I can do. Let's see. Yeah, that looks better, right? Yeah, it's cool, man. It's got some holes in it. You can't see it. All right. Maybe you can. There you go. Get a shine on the front of it. See the holes? It's got like bubble holes in it. Those can mess up your day. Now, the question is, do I want to break it in half or keep it in one piece? What would be more productive? 2 smaller ones or 1 big one? I'm tempted to break it right across this defect right here. Ken, Prairie Ghost Ken, welcome to membership. Yay, membership. So I'm thinking of breaking it right across this defect right here because that'll haunt me later. See if I can get that to shine across. All right. See, there's a defect there. I think it'll cause a snap in half because it goes deep. It goes deep. You cannot see it. Trust me, this defect runs deep. It goes down in there at least 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to break it right there, and you can see it goes on the other side too a little bit. That's a defect and not a coloration. These are like holes. Can't see. Just trust me. I'm gonna see if I can break it right there. Yeah, piece of cake. One little hit and then snap. See that? See how nasty that is? It looks like a fancy chocolate dessert. Yeah. So now I got two $4 pieces. This one's got a lot of holes in it on this side. This one doesn't. But that's pretty nasty as far as material defects go. You don't want that. Let's see if I can improve the situation with the lighting. Hold on. I have a desk lamp. See that? That's really nasty stuff. When it's not really bad, this stuff is really good. I should have turned that desk lamp on earlier. See that little holes and stuff? So just be aware. I don't recommend this for new nappers, but the technique is okay for new nappers. The material is not. But if you get a good spot or consistent areas, it looks really slick. You can't see. See how slick that is? Just nap it, dude. Well, look how slick it is later. I'm going to stop napping here in 10 minutes. And if you fuss, I'm going to stop napping in 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm not going to reward no fussings. Mm-hmm. Here we go. No, we lost the tip. That was easy. Yeah, this had some bad spots in it. You get on this rusty looking patina, that was already an existing crack. So sometimes when the stuff breaks up like this, you can get a replacement from the rock seller. But if you're not at the nap in, you have to do this by mail. It may be more difficult for you to get a replacement if the rock is real cruddy. Unless you video yourself, I guess. At the nap in, sometimes when you're napping this stuff and it breaks all up, you can get replacement. Depends on the seller. He said, oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't know it was that bad, so here's another piece. I have never asked for a refund, but I have once in a while asked for a replacement. So I'm just going to nap this little piece. What's the size of it? I don't know. Funny you should ask, though. I was just thinking about that. 2.5 at the longest. Alrighty, so these colors look pretty good. I like the colors. And when it's cooperative, it's very cooperative. Yeah. Dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum. Okay. It's got little holes in it. Just when you think it's going smoothly, just sneaky little defect. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. All right, so what do I talk about? Let's see, you just hit the horizontal punch, and then you turn the workpiece over. You hit the punch again, and then you turn the workpiece over. Then you hit the punch again. Turn the workpiece over. Oh yeah, you place the workpiece on the edge, a little bit higher than the edge, of course, so it's slightly on the surface. And you hit the punch, the horizontal punch. Again and again. Flip it, smack it, flip, flip, or smack, smack. But yeah, everyone says, but why? I want to know the why. Please tell me the why. You don't tell me the why, I will die. Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of the square edge, but this is interfering. Some weirdness on that side. 7:40. You got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes to make an arrowhead out of this. Can I do it? Probably not. I got to be really careful with this. Because if I'm not, I might thin it down too much. Because I can't thin it down a lot with all these little holes in it. Because those are weak spots that'll rear their ugly heads when I start thinning this. That means it'll snap right where those little holes are. Snap across the whole point, right where those holes are. There's some holes right in here. Let's see. They might not go all the way through. Hold on. That's a tough spot, of course. See, what I thought was a hole is actually longer than I thought. I thought I'd be able to blast right through there, but I didn't. Not completely. I blasted through there a little bit. So explain what you're doing. Okay, I just abraded the edge. Now I'm going to hit the punch. Now I'm going to flip the workpiece. Now I'm going to hit the punch again. Now I'm going to flip the workpiece, hit the punch again. Yeah, I can see that. Explain the why and what and how. You can see all that. Why do I do it? Just look at the flake scar that I get. That's probably why I did it. That flake that I got is probably why I did it. How am I doing it? Just look, I'm using my hands. Why am I doing it? Now that's a good question. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can't help myself. It's a compulsion, an addiction. I'm doing it out of guilt. I don't know. Why am I doing this? What do you have to feel guilty about, man? Well, I feel like I feel sorry for everyone that can't do it. I see how they suffer. Yeah. Yeah. If you see how they suffer, you should be more able to teach it. Yeah, maybe you're right. I gotta focus on teaching it better. I just don't know what to do exactly. Because sometimes I don't know why I do these things. It just looks good. So I hit that because it looked pretty good. I hit right there because it looked pretty good. And I flipped it over and I hit right here because it looked pretty good. It just looks good. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Yeah, that's a good spot. I got to flip that over, though. I could have braided it, but I don't want to braid it, even though it probably work better. And the base looks a little wonky, so let me straighten that out. And let's see, the side right there looked a little bit lumpy, so I took that off. This one looks like a good opportunity right there. That one looks like a kind of good opportunity, but yeah, probably shouldn't have done that because it crushed right there. I need to start abrading here anytime now, but I don't want to yet. I still see other opportunities to hit elsewhere without abrading. I like to do all my abrading at once, although I never tell myself that. I'm telling you that. I already know that I like abrading everything all at once. So if I still see an opportunity to hit without abrading, I'll do it. But now it's getting to the point where I have to abrade it because there's too much delicacy on the edges. Delicacy? There's too much delicate spots that are not good for striking because it just crushes and cracks and breaks. It doesn't support the flakes. I also kind of hammerstone it to get rid of some small flakes that help to contour the outside edges to make it more teardrop shape, because that's my default shape on everything that I make. I still got some of the original surface. Why haven't I taken that out yet? I don't know. It just hasn't come up yet. Yeah. I see other opportunities first. I know I can get that out, so I'm not doing it yet. I see other ways, other things, other places. Okay. That looked like a good opportunity, and it was. How about this one? Get rid of some thickness. Yeah. Good thing that one didn't overshoot because it started to dive a little bit, which is worrisome. I don't want it to be diving on something this small. These flakes, if they start diving, they're going to create areas that I cannot fix. All right, so I got to get rid of the original surface. Finish getting rid of it. This is getting a little crackly because it is full of defects. So before I do the final thinning, just want to show you. It's got a bunch of defects in it. Even with something this small, I tried to isolate a good area of this. It might turn out to be a nice looking piece, but right now it's got a lot of issues. Yep. All right, so let's see. Get rid of that original machined surface. Yeah, like that. Hit it really hard enough to break it. That works a lot of times. Yeah. Oh, I got to not hit it too hard. Don't get too carried away. It is a heat treat after all. You got to remember it could snap or blow up. The expression blow up is often used in Flintknapping. I remember somebody bought a box of Brooks and bifaces from me. And when I saw him at a nap in, he says, "Yeah, I bought that box. And guess what?" I said, "What?" Being all happy. I blew them all up. You blew them up? Yeah, every one of them. So he got a box of bifaces and blew them all up. I said, "Dang. All of them?" Yeah, every single one. Man, that was some good money you spent. Yep. But yeah, I guess it was a good learning experience. It better have been. Yeah. I don't recommend difficult material for beginners. He was a beginner and he was having a hard time getting bifaces thinned down, so he bought some of mine. They're already thinned, and he wanted to take some more flakes off of the bifaces and blew them up. Mm-hmm. Why do I mention that? Just because new guys sometimes will think that as long as they get something thin, they can probably thin it down just a little bit more, or maybe even just sharpen it, and nothing will happen. Yeah, put a little stem on it, no big deal. They don't realize how snap and halfish it can be. You know, of course, experienced nappers, they want material that's not snap and halfish either, because it's not fun to always nap cruddy stuff or difficult materials. Advanced nappers don't always want to nap the challenging stuff. They would love to be napping the good stuff. Yeah, I am no exception. I like cooperative material. A lot less stressful. Because you're not scratching your head going, what am I doing? Is it the rock or is it me? Probably me. You always blame yourself first. Yeah. Couldn't be the rock because the Native Americans, they used to make beautiful stuff out of stuff that's more cruddy than this with tools that were worse than mine. What's the matter with me? Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving. Mm-hmm. It might look like they could do it with blindfolds on. Some of these really nice artifacts are the result of a lucky day. It's been a good day. I've had lots of luck. The gods were shining upon me, and I had a good lucky day. And then the future archaeologists are going to say, well, this is probably because they were extremely skilled. Yeah. That could be, but they forget about the luck. They don't want to hear it. Nope, it's not luck. It's all controlled. That's what they want to know. Or that's what they want to believe. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm getting step fractures. It's starting to get a little bit too thin. I'm starting to get step fractures. It's starting to get a little. I can't see it. Where is it? See it now? There it is. It's starting to get steppy in the middle. I'm not supposed to. What time is it? So I can quit. It's already past the time I should be napping. I shouldn't be napping right now. Hold on a second. Just one more flake. Just one more thinning flake. I can see it. I can imagine that flake getting blown away without blowing it up. I'll blow it away without blowing it up. Yes. Come on. I don't like it when it's trying to be tougher than it actually is. I'm trying to set it up so I can be a good napper and hit a prepared platform. And what does it do? It doesn't want to do it. That's what I need. What does it do? It doesn't want to do it. That's what I need on the sign right over here. Is Smallzilla in the house? Oh, almost. It almost looks good. Dang it. There is a hole that goes all the way through. No. There's too many holes in it. And the holes are messing with my flaking. Okay, I got that one, but I just need one more thinning flake. That's it. Just one more, maybe two. Dang it, it's rough. Looks a little bit rough. Come on. Ooh, there's a... All right, I'm going to stop right there because it's got... See, it's got a lump right there. See that? It's not a step fracture. That's a lump in the material inside. It's an inclusion. See it right there? It's something in it. It's like a little pebble inside the stone. Weird. Anyway, it's got a lot of crackliness going on around these holes. I got a feeling it's all different consistencies around the holes. Okay, so I got it thinned down, but it doesn't look all that great because of all the little defects. Unfortunately, this side, if it was all like this dark material, it would be beautiful. But it's got this crunchy stuff. Yeah. It still will work. Yep. What's the size? It's 2 inches long exactly by inch wide. Perfect. Perfect for a hunting point. Just sharpen it up. Use some epoxy. Don't need no stinking sinew. Except, below the arrowhead to prevent the shaft from splitting. But if the epoxy is good, you don't even need wrapping on the shaft. Yeah. If you're using a nice hard wood like dogwood, the notch is well constructed and you got real strong glue like epoxy, although they didn't have epoxy back in the day. It doesn't mean we can't use it. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to shoot that deer really well because they didn't have epoxy back in the day. So I shot it with an inferior arrow because I wanted to be authentic. All righty. Let's get back into the chat. Let's see. What did I miss? Let me go to the end. So I got 2 teardrop shaped little pieces. This was kind of disappointing. I thought the darker stuff was going to be better. Turns out the lighter stuff is what napped well. But my default shapes are always these teardrop shapes. Where am I going? I gotten used to making those teardrop shapes because from that shape you can make almost any type of arrowhead. Where am I? Any questions, comments, complaints? I'm still wondering if Patrick's going to hunt. I sure he said a small game already. No, I'll be hunting deer. I will be hunting deer. And my friend Henry wants me to shoot a buck. He's probably going to be in his blind with me going, there he is. There he is. We've been sitting here for 2 hours really, really quiet without our phones doing any noises. And then all of a sudden I blurt out, there he is. Henry, if you're watching, I apologize. I just think that was funny last time. But I don't care if you do that. If the deer runs, it runs. I don't care. But yeah, I'll be hunting deer. You're going to take a couple of spalls of that boulder? No, I can't do it right now because I don't have my the hammer that I wanted to use. I could use this. I'll knock off like a flake with that solid copper bopper, or a solid copper little billet. Let's do that. Can you see? No? Oh, I'm ruining my floor. Oh, that crunchiness. That's putting dents in my floor. Okay. Let's see if I can knock off a spall and see. Oh, it's just, man, it feels like nails going into my ears. Okay. That's better. Where can I knock off a spall? You can't see. I know you can't see. Everything's in the way. La 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 la. You're gonna make me do this on video and mess it up. Let's see. I need my other glove. Never know. Flakes can go backwards. Oh yes, you didn't know that? You didn't know flakes can go backwards? Yeah, they can jump up on my hand. All right. Here we go. This is like, I don't know the weight on this. I didn't measure it, or did I? Yeah, I did, but I forget the weight. It's 2 pounds something, I think. It's at least 2 pounds. Or I can't remember. It's around 2 pounds. No. 1 pound, something ounces. Less than 2 pounds. All right. I should grab a towel. More of a cushion. There it is. There's one spall. See how I did that? Now you'll be able to do it. It has that little bit of crystallization in the middle. See that little? But these concrete looking areas are not bad. So I would probably heat treat that whole thing. Yeah. But since it's really thick in the middle here, I would leave it in an extra couple hours. But you could heat treat this whole thing like this. Now it's got, under the cortex, it's got yellows. Okay, so you can try to nap just under the cortex, but it's very difficult because the cortex is kind of wonky. But it's all going to look similar to this. Okay, it's not quite a bullseye, but it's similar. So I'll be spalling this down to fit it in a box. Okay, it's got pinks in it, and the pinks become more pronounced with heat treatment. I forget what color the yellow turns into. I think a yellow turns into an orange or something. But here you can see it's kind of pinkish. Near the edge. That gets darker. It gets like a reddish or something, or orange. At least on the ones that I heat treated. Everything is a little bit different. Yeah. Okay. So this was a good weight. But I was going to use my 3-pound sledge. Steel. But copper did a nice job on not making a really bad bulb of percussion. Although it probably does go in there with incipient cracks. There's probably some incipients in there. Yeah. It doesn't look all that great. I hit it a couple times, or more than 2 times. Okay. Is it time to go? Is it time to leave? Yes. Almost. Looks like nice stuff. Yeah, it'll be cool. Let's see. Tommy Taylor says, Ed, I did a whole $8 and I'm still trying to figure out how to spend my new fortune. Both seasons here in 19 days, says Bushy. Damien Crowfeather says, good job, Patrick. I got to check out the auction. Thank you. Brandon says, really awesome live stream today, Patrick. Good, I think. Thank you. I'm glad it was. Yeah, I'm going to kick you guys out. I'm going to wait a little bit because sometimes people come in and say, hey, everybody, I made it. I made it at 5 minutes past. Yeah. We still got a few minutes. So I'm going to say goodnight here in a few minutes. I'm looking at the chat to see what's going on here. Okay, so just a lot of conversation. I didn't miss any super chats, I hope. Thanks for all the super chats. We got some good ones this time. I see. I'm seeing a lot of conversation here, which is good. Okay. Kiefer's, Patrick, have you tried those yellow nighttime driving glasses to cut the glare? Yeah, I have. I got some. You want to see? No? Too bad. Let's see, what do I got here? Yeah, this. I got these to reduce the blue light. But it makes the other light more intense. So yeah, I don't use these anymore. I tried them for a little while, about a month or two, and they just drive me nuts. But they filter out all the blue, and supposedly it makes me go to sleep better. Yeah, it does. As long as I'm not looking at anything that gets me irritated, like social media. If I start scrolling, it doesn't matter what type of glasses I'm wearing; it keeps me up. Except maybe these. These feel more comfortable as far as the light goes. Let's see. Bill Taylor says, hey, Patrick, everybody. You're a funny guy. Jim says, I'll ask because I've never heard of it myself. I'll let you know in the community and post pictures. Okay. Yeah. Community is going well. I've seen a lot of new posts in the community section of the channel. All right, I'm going to sign off. That's it for tonight. I'm going to go back to the auction. I'll announce the winners at 9 p.m. Eastern time, or start at 9:01. I'll probably have to wait a little bit longer because last auction, a lot of the bids didn't show up until like 5 minutes after the end of the auction. So I guess from now on, I'm going to start waiting a little bit longer to announce the winners instead of just starting at 9:01. I start with the first item, announce the winners. I try to announce the winners on the first item first and then go down the list. But this time, I think what I'll do is I'll wait another 5 minutes and then start announcing. That'll give it time for YouTube to catch up, I guess. All righty. But yeah, get your bids in. Good night, everybody. Good to see everybody. It's been great. Yes, yes. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. The next live stream, let's see, it's Monday. Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Chat the first hour, napping the second hour. Okay? All righty. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.